This is going to be canvas 1367, and I'm going to write that on the top. Get a little better on this. Well, I have 4 canvases and 4 or 5 floater frames, so after each big one, like the last one, I'm going to do a smaller version, but a detail of another different shot. Like I think I'm going to do this one. And so I'm just going to take a section out of this and do it on this. That will go with a big one. So these two, when they're displayed at the gallery, will be like that. This will be the big canvas, and this will be the small canvas. And the only relationship they have is that the color there is the same as this, and this color relates to the fish, and it's the same pond. But this will be a much bigger deal. This won't have silver leaf in it, I don't think, or if it does, it's only going to be on the fish. But this will have a lot of silver leaf through there, and that could be a very big painting. I haven't decided yet. But this will get me going with it, and then I'll move into this. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. In case I forget, since I'm setting up my palette again, I'm going to take the 3 pieces of paper towel, and make my little turret, fold it in half, staple it in the center, cut it in half, and I'm good to go. Okay. All right, so I am going to start, and I have decided to silver leaf the fish. And I'll put, like I did last time, I'll put the reference up there. I adjust the scale of the reference as I'm going along so you get a bigger portion of it. So, the first thing I'm going to do, like I almost always do, just going to take one of my flat brushes in this case. It's a medium, my alizarin orange, and I'm just going to draw, place the fish, and then that'll be how things are going to be. And I don't really know, I rather like this fish, so I think I'm going to put him, I've got one this way and one this way. Then there's another one that meets up. Let's see, I'll bring this down. So I'm going to work off this part here. I might even crop it. So I've got a lily pad there and one there. And in this case, we can see the stems from each. I think that's what that is anyway. In fact, it's not from that one, it's from this one. It kind of goes like that. So I just got to change that. And the other one, like this, and goes like this. So this is going to have more transparency. And there'll be my fish. And get little outriggers there. Okay, a little more of this. And then this little puppy will be like this. Okay, like that. So the tails are going to cross, and that's going to be kind of cool, and this will just kind of go out toward the canvas end. So I'm going to come back up here, and I want to get a little scraggly one of these lilies here. And again, we'll see that. All the lilies are coming from this particular one. And now, I think what I'm going to do, well, there is one that's deep under there right here. So I think I'm going to put him there. And I guess I'll put this one in as well. Bring this up and over like that. And then there's a lily pad right there. Goes off. And they come over to here, so we don't have too many lily pads in this thing. More fish. All right, there's a lily pad right there. Partial. I'm going to fill it up going down, I think. I may use this reference for several paintings, different sizes. Put a little guy right here. And then there's that fish stuck right in there. Going to be a meet up there, these two. Come on down. Okay. And then we've got one that connects up to this. That's kind of like this. It's a big one. And this looks like the, nope, it's this way. And then there's one that covers the fish this way. And then there's kind of one here. And then there's a bunch, really, going off and through here. So I'm going to do a shape like this that I want to be the blue water, like that. I'm going to have another shape, since that's going to be one. Then I want more blue water right here. These will be benchmarks for me, and then I can adjust out from whatever. So, but what I really want is that fish there. And come over here. What do we got? We've got one that's really kind of glowy right there. It's really deep right there. Then there's one goes that way. And then there's one that kind of goes out that I could miss completely actually on this if I wanted to. But I think I'll keep it in like that. And then these two could intermix or not. This could be just shadowing of sorts. And let's see, so I've got these two lily guys, and it goes like that. And I assume the same is true maybe of that. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think it's right there. And then let's see, so all right, I've got a composition that's going this way, flows, this kind of goes that way, heavy with lilies. Come back over here. And because I like some of this. So basically I'm dealing with the whole thing, just picking pieces. So on that I may not, all right, that's this piece. And this here is kind of a lily pad coming up that just is not quite there yet. And then this guy gets scattered. And so I've got fish, and I think I'll keep maybe these two. This one's partly out of the water. See, I just fed them, that's what happened. And they come up to get the goodies. And this one is partially out. And maybe I'll just put something there for balance. Those are things I can add. So that's the, I'm pretty much going to do like I did last time. I'm just going to take the white, the fast drying white, into the what's left of the alizarin orange. And we'll start up here at the top. And I'm just going to come in. It's pretty important to actually have the full space covered fairly well. And just need to have it go like to there. And then this little guy is like this. These are actually goldfish. Don't tell them that, they'll be really upset. All right, let's see. Go get these two. I'll just keep adding white into it. It'll get diluted before it's over. And this little guy is only going to do this part that's out of the water. The rest of it's down under. There we go. And our second little guy, they're all coming to the same spot. I think I'm going to move him there. I realize they're all heading in the same spot. I have collision there. So I'm just going to move this guy out a bit like this. And the fish goes like that, and the tail will go out. I'm basically keeping the scale the same on the large and the small as far as the fish and lily pads. I'm not scaling them up because I go bigger or littler. And this one is going to be like that. Tomorrow, dry heat. But glad to have the heat. Okay, no little guys over there. All right, and these two are really deep in. And this might be kind of interesting in silver. They're playing with these two in silver and gold. I don't know. The flat brushes, this is number 8, I think. Yeah, this is number 8, are really good for drawing and this kind of stuff. All right. Get it all on there. And then this one fella right down here. There's his head. A little more of that. Okay, dun 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 dun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll get an odd number anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and just take this a little bit, run it off. All right, I don't know whether I'll do that or not, but maybe. Tell you what I'm going to do. Good way to make a circle is with these flat brushes. You go like this and just go like that and turn the brush. Get a perfect circle. Now, one of the things that I have done in the past, and I'm going to do it on this one, I'm going to take the whole book and just cut it in half. And set that over there. This gives me the ability to take the paper with it. Live and learn. There we go. So I'll get I can press it down and I'll get a better adhesion. There we go. Save my hands a bit. All right, next one. Gonna fight it. I think I'll just put this one right there. And this is the easiest way I know how to do it. Take this and just stick it. My pit will be all filled with silver leaf. Going right. Take it right there. Yeah, a little bit of waste, but the truth of the matter is it's very inexpensive stuff. And like anything, a little practice on it, you'll get to get good at it. Just a fish there, I think. I can put him in a little later. I'm going to work on the lily pads first, primarily because I can kind of get around them a bit. And I'm going to start at the top. Just going to, these two right there. So these are sort of on the greeny red side. So first thing I'm going to do, take a little alizarin in the orange or the yellow, it doesn't make any difference. And I'm going to circle it, kind of like I did already, but like this. And the same with the sky. And a little wobbly. I could be a little wobbly with that. This goes this way, and this is going that way. And then we got that little deal there, and that little deal there. All right. I'm going to take a little of the green oxide, put it in there with all that. That'll give me kind of a rusty red or something. I'm not sure what it is. And like before, I'm going to move in the direction of it. And I'm going to take some of this amethyst, put a little white in it, because this color is in there, and I don't want to lose it in any way, shape, or form. In fact, this is going to be a good color for this. And we'll put it up like that. And it's down this way, around. And I'll start to add the green with white. We'll cool it down a bit, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, a little more. Take a little of this. It's kind of a grayish color. Still lighter. Let's try this. Yeah, okay. It's kind of dark out today, but not a bad day. Okay, I'm just going to get some paint on this one. It's much lighter, so I'm going to make it lighter. Put more of this, take a little of that. There we go. I need to get something that's a little more green in it. Take my amethyst. Got it there. So I'm kind of close to where I need to be on this stuff. All right, and amethyst is very heavy through here and a little bit there. This is going to be a key color. I can see it already. I pulled out Naples yellow. Let's get this closer. That'll warm it up without giving me a lot of heartache. And that's about right as it's turning out. At least it appears to be about right. So I'm going to go this way and come back in. Tomorrow I can put a little more white in this and bump it up a bit more. Take that amethyst in there. Yeah, that's better now. Once I break the color code on this, it moves pretty fast. Let's see, today is Friday, so I've got today and tomorrow. I guess I could maybe finish this. See, that color was working better. And come around like this, like that. A little more green in it. There, that's better. I'll take green with the white. Like that. See what happens. Okay. And I was taking straight sap green in like this because I've got it in a couple of spots here, and just putting it in. It kind of goes that way. There we go. All right, so got our colors kind of set up. Get this, and well, I'll let that set just a bit. I'm going to come along and kind of clean this edge. I do some of this stuff as I'm going. It's much better. This goes like that. That gives me an edge to go to with the watercolor. And I can reshape a bit even on that. Okay, clean my brush. Go like that. Okay, it's kind of like that with some green. I just have to put some yellow out. All right. A little dab of yellow with that green would be kind of nice. Put one color down, you see another one. Well, now I got a little of that. Go back in here and throw that in like that, and a little muddy, but okay. Oh, another fish right there. Huh. So there's another little guy right there. Might use that. I think what I'll do is just put him in there without silver leaf. Take this, the aquamarine, put it around it like that. Fade it in. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right, I'll take this color I've got in there and slide this into this. Very lightly. You can't press down on this because otherwise it won't float over. One of the things that Neo Megablit does, it allows you to float over wet paint. Hence, one of the big reasons I use it. I'm going to just drag this out from there. There we go. A little better. All right. The mud pile. Getting bigger. All right. Got that. Got a fish. Okay, this is kind of a partially under the water pad with the fish that have been kind of eaten on. And then we're going to take lavender, take a little bit of the lavender Provence in this, and put the center and kind of come out from there, shaped, a little more shaped. It's about the right color. And that makes that highlight. Then we'll take a little of this. Whoops, we don't take that much, baby. But this is sap. And I can't quite see what I'm doing there. That's the darker part. All right. And then there's all of these colors. So let's just see if I got something here. Get that red. Yeah, a little more of that. A little more of this. Okay, so this piece goes like this. And I'm just going to broken up because it's been eaten on by the fish. Like that. I'll marry the blue into it. And then this, well, I know it's that, so I'm going to put that like that, just so we know where it is. And I'm going to put this in. And it comes, actually it comes from this one, comes down, like that. And I can't see the other one. Alright. Pretty pleased with that. Catch any little spots. And okay. Come up. And let's see where my next one is. I think I can do this one. I'm just going to take the alizarin into this and purple. That purple changes this ball game really quick. That's more this color. Okay. So I'm going to take this, go like that. Can make that shape. And kind of like that. So, all right. And I'm going to add a little white because the edges get a little white. Add that green into it. They kind of go mauve, or whatever you want to call it. Go up like this. Gotta remember to keep this thing where it's supposed to be. Well, I guess that could be it. I've got a kind of a bluish cast. It's made out of the peacock. And, oops, damn, wrong green. Yeah, there you go. There's this green cast coming off of it. And then there's the little guy. This one goes on top. All right, lots of white on this. And green. All of this. This one kind of goes on the top of this one, like that. And then this goes over that, like this. And I think we could take the purple and the blue sieves. Let's just see what we get. Since I'm about ready to close this down for the day. Oh man, it's getting tired. Oh yeah. I think that works real fine for me. That fish kind of comes into this. Like that. And a lot of it there. Have to experiment with these purples. I'm going to take it on over to there. Leave it from there. That'll just be a transition point. And this comes around like that. And like that. And then this will be really vibrant purple. Okay, I think I got that. I'm pretty happy with that. And sieves in with the violet does make a color, I think. Just try it here. It's a little more violet. There we go, that's better. This has got a little dip like that. Comes up and around. That's pretty close to what's there. So I guess I'll come along. That little fish is in there. Make it a little jaggy for the moment. And then it goes. Oh yeah. Alright, Provence and dioxin. Kicks it up about 2 notches. Could make it, could be right there, I think. And I'm just going to leave it open like that. There's that fish in there. Okay, that'd be kind of glorious, as they say. All right, I'm gonna pick this thing back up. Going to the top. I like to work top down, and there's no real reason for me not to. So I'm going to get right in. There's a dark area. Just go ahead and get some of this. I think I'm going to let my little brush be my dark brush. I'm just going to use purple in this case. There's a dark shadow going across this, which I'm going to have to recreate because obviously I'm shrinking this whole thing down, but I'm keeping parts of it. So I want to have this dark come on through here like this, and I can bring it down to about here and let it die off there. So this will be in shadow. That's the dark part that you see. And I think that will work. I'm going to put that over there. So I'm going to go back onto my lilies. Got this one fish which is right there. I'm going to be jumping around all over the place on this one. I guess I could do this, start with this fish. All right, I'm going to take the peacock. Lots of that. Some more peacock. And I'm just going to go right into yellow. I'm going to take more of this and more of that. This has a really odd shape, so there's a coloring coming through here. And I'm going to ad-lib a lot on this. Scarlet, I don't want to hear about any of it. I'm just going to create that as my shadow. There's my dorsal fin. This is very deliberate marks and placements. And so I'm going to get a little bit of an edge on this. I'm just going to go out. And then that'll allow me to merge in the background with it. Again, I like this. Bring this little puppy up. And this kind of goes there. And then it just fades off into another land. And we had one fish going already up on this corner. And I'm just going to hit that a little bit with this blue. Alright, so that works pretty well. There is take this, there's kind of a shadow that's coming off of here from the dorsal. I think I'm going to run out like that. And then in some level, this is the right color for that fish there. I'm going to take the same thing and I'm going to outline my fish like that. These are, pretty clean strokes. This is about shapes more than it is anything. Get your shapes right and this puppy will work. All right, now. Okay. Just gotta clean that brush, keep it sharp and nice. And start my pile. And I'm going to go to the yellow and take some of this medium. So this is, I'm not sure this is going to work all that well the first go, but anyways, there's yellow in this part. It does too. And it's fairly thin. And comes this way and goes down like that. Shake the neomegalip and you put it down. You always give it a good shake in the morning because it settles a bit. Not much, but it does settle. I'm going to take a lot of the shell this time. Cleaner. a little white into it. Give it a little bit of body. And I'm going to come back in, hit the center part of this. That's better. I like that. I'm just going to cover the whole, almost the whole thing. And I'm going to come down here and do the same. And I'm going to come in like this. So I got the first part of that. I'm going to take this yellow and create a little glow, I think, here that I see from there to there. And it's coming right off of there, like that. Alright, and since that doesn't have silver leaf, it just doesn't matter much. And I'm going to just drag it like that. See? I'm going to create that. And the same color is pretty good for this too. Love it. Okay, so I'm just going to go to work toward the center. And I'm going to go right back and get the rest of it. Put a little of this in it. And come off this. And this was a little dark yesterday. And much lighter right through here. So I'm just going to grab this like that. Come around. Kind of wets it a bit too. And I'm going to do this light sweep through right there. It picks up that. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to come along on the edge and just put a yellow edge on that. Maybe some of this others too. So this is kind of using the paint that's up in there a little bit to your advantage. Alright. Well, I got one more thing I can do here. I'm going to take some of this. This is alizarin orange. And I'm just going to put straight white into it. Makes a really nice goldish effect. And I'm going to put it right through there. Like that. Again, very lightly. I kind of think I'm going to throw it right in here too, on the edge. Through there. And here. I'm going to go off into the blue a bit. Like that. Go up here and see if there's any place I can kind of throw that lightly in, because it does have a warm cast to it. And like so. And just kind of yellow fish over there that are bright yellow. And then I'm going to ease this in just a little bit so it's not quite as harsh. Look to see if I got any other place I can use it, and I do, right along this edge. And I'll just kind of break it up a bit. And I'm going to turn the music down a bit. It's driving me nuts. I like a little noise, but I don't necessarily like a lot. So the red was still, or the alizarin crimson that I put in there was still a little bit wet, so I'm just taking advantage of that fact. And I'm going to take a little alizarin and right into this edge right there. And that kind of pushes it back a bit. I'm just shaping up a bit. Like that. Alright, kind of liking that. Let that go on out into the purple, the universe, should we say. Titanium white from Williamsburg, the regular oil. over the silver works better. I like it better. It just looks better. There's something about it. Dries a little slower, but that's okay. Now, I'm going to come in and put in some very dark things. I want to kind of establish this dark area before I go too much further. I don't want to lose it particularly. So largely I'm going to use dioxin purple and a little bit of green sap. That'll make it very dark. And I'm just going to come up here and I'm going to start like this. Both of the one's going that way, one's going the other, and they both are coming up for food. And from purple to yellow. And I didn't clean my brush other than. Alright, so this is like this. And this one is more this way. Maybe cut back a bit. Now it's mixing now though. So now that it's mixing, I'm just going to use this way and press. And I'll work on that later. Now in this, we'll take this blue into this, and maybe I'll even take sap green and see what sap green does. It makes turquoise. Didn't make the green I wanted. Pretty green, but not what I wanted. Although it does work. There's the head under the water to there, and that's the part that's above water. See how cool that is? So that part is above, and this one is just dark. So I'm just going to kind of play stuff with this, not do too much with it, and then take this like this. Again, come across it like that. And it's like this. And I needed some of that kind of stuff, and there it is. Mud is a great thing. So that brownish yellow is kind of in this area. And if I'm careful, I can keep most of my purple in play. and clean. Alright. And the other tail comes that way. Okay, I think it looks really good. I like it. I'm going to work in this area. Yesterday I tried to paint in swing and paint, but that didn't work too well. But I did like my silver sprinkles down here, and I'm going to figure a way to do that in other places. certainly going to do it again. And Bitcoin took a nasty dive, and wish I'd sold at 58, but happy I bought at 51. And there it goes. So, it's already climbing again. Gotta love it. It's always good to play where the money plays. So, fresh brush, clean brushes. So I'm going to work on these little guys over here for a very good reason. Got a nice clean brush. Now this one is really way deep. This one's bright. So I'm going to take this brush, take some white, a little more white, a little more medium, and I'm just going to paint right there. Alright, in about that shape. Gets dark after that. And then this other one comes this way. Kind of goes this way. Like that. And then this guy down here, I'm just going to put a little of that because it goes more green. Kind of like this. And maybe even a little blue. Like that. I thought I fixed it. So it's kind of like a move like that. And then it just goes out. And then the other part, take some of this orange with white. I'll keep it clean at this point. And I'm going to go around like right here, like that. Kind of quick and easy. And the same is true here and out. And let's see about this other one. Amazing. Well, kind of the same, I guess. But take a little green with it. All these other colors. Maybe mix that up in it. It's kind of a funky color. Alright, so we kind of got these fish in there. There's another really cool one. I just really see the tail. It's right there. I may put that somewhere. I kind of like that fish. Alright, so that kind of gets me going a bit. Take some of this blue, I think. Whoops, that's purple. Not sure where the blue is on this thing anymore. A little bit of white. It's just dirt for the moment. Alright. We'll leave that little part alone. Maybe, maybe not. Just going to take the pure yellow and just put it in there. Nice thing about this, I can wipe it off anytime today, so it's not going to be a problem. I'm going to bring this over here, and hopefully I don't get in front of the camera. I'm going to make a color, taking the lavender into all of that, because it's kind of grungy looking. Well, the water is grungy sometimes. I'm just going to kind of go around this like that. And that'll mix with the blues and other things that I do. And that'll give it a little shape going that way. And the same, not quite the same there, but a little bit like that. A little bit like this. Something like that. All right. Now I'm going to go, I have a lot of mixed blues, or whatever you want to call them, from all these palettes from the other day. So I'm just going to take it all together. I just took all the dark colors and just stuck them there. No point taking little bunches. And let's see, I'll put some this medium, get it fluid, and come back in, get a little serious about this thing. Start right here. Hard to say where I am on this anymore. There's a lot of stuff right here. So this is whatever I had on the palette, which has made a really beautiful royal blue. And I rather like it. So we'll keep it. This is going to get buried into the area. And a little glow around it. So I'm just going to circle this thing and take some more of this. Come on over here, close this up. Like that. And there's something that happens there. I think it's another fish, actually. And I might put him in. But come around this, shape that. And leave that little bit there so I'm not going to leave a big glow line because it's kind of messy. I wish I had some loose silver leaf to throw into that, but I'll figure out something. And we'll come in like that, about like that. For the moment anyway. Get rid of the rest of this. Yeah, I might as well throw this into it. Not going to have much effect on it. Yeah, it didn't. And go up like that. I don't want that fish to be much bigger than that. And this is almost identical color to what was. So that's good. Tail kind of goes like that. And I want to avoid the silver leaf. And I want to try to sprinkle some on here and see what happens. I'm going to stay a little bit off of this fish so that I have room to go out. I didn't want to do that so much. Alright. Good. Kind of take this on up just in case I need it. Put some spots. Spots are good. Alright, now I'm going to take all of that into this. And there. Just get all inside of my brush. Kind of clean up this area a bit. And for all I know, I might get all the way down. There's always plenty of paint in the brush. But I want to be sure I do get around this fish with this. If I get the rest of it, it's great. And go right up into there. Get close. I probably won't have to go into a lot of this other than make some little marks. Blending marks, maybe. Okay. Good job. Make sure I don't have any holidays running. Nice thing about this is I can run other colors into this while it's still wet. And it'll have a nice effect. Alright, so goes that way. And there's this color that's up here. Now come along here. There's some colorings in here that are also around this. So there's actually a kind of a brown, maybe a sandalwood, I don't know what you want to call it. But I'll take the rest of this and catch it up, bring it over here, take some of this, mix it in there. Now that was Wand Brilliant. with the lavender, and it's, you know, it's pretty close to that color I need. So I'm going to come in and put that in. What I do like about this particular color is it's not as dirty as the color that I actually had. It's a little warmer though. I'm going to take a little bit of that orange, just warm it up a bit. Yeah, that's all right. And come across like this, and I'm going to go up like that. And the tail kind of picks up, and I'm going to lighten it. And I'm not sure what I'm going to lighten it with. It's a little bit more neutral than what I've got it. So this is also a little bit smaller. So the dish isn't quite this big. Remember, I held back like that so I could finish. So those colors that I initially put in are merging and having some effect on this. And then there's my tail right there. And then there's the tail of this one. And I'm going to use that color right up into it. It's a better color than what I had. It's true as well of the other one. Could add a little blue into this, but I think I will. Just, this is the peacock. That kind of neutralized it a bit. Come down. This one is like this. I'm going to sweep it. At the same time, I'm wetting the canvas a bit. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to come off of this right here. Right there. And then I'm going to take some lavender into this with white. More white. A little more white. And let's see, where was I? All right. Come like this. A little bit like that. And I'm going to do some merging in here. And the same is true of this right there. So modified it a little bit. I want it to merge into this a bit. These fish have really long tails. Really quite beautiful, in fact. So I'm going to come down here, take some more of this, a little of this, a little bit of this orange. I want it to go a little bit gold, but I don't want it to be dirty particularly. Now on this one, I'm going to come right at the edge and come around, go like that, just go into it. So truth of the matter is I could smudge that a little bit, which I will, I guess. And this is the back dorsal, like that. Oops, didn't quite do that. But I'll play more with that. And then I am going to, because this is not quite the right color, but I'm just going to put a little bit of it there to start a glow. All right, I like that. I'll come back to that in a bit. And this little guy down here, so I'm going to shape him up now. Let's see. All right, that's the one I chose. And I'm just going to move these colors together. Kind of like that, I guess. And goes a little bit like that. So not a very big fish. And I'm going to close it up this way. Like that. I like that fish better this way. But I don't mind him going off the canvas any. Alright. Then take a little white and a little of this. Maybe a little of that, I don't know. Warm it up a bit. Pinker. And I'm going to go like this. Just a big brush. Push, or set push. And that's going to go into that. Alright, so, with the exception of some of this part, I'm going to come in like this and shorten him up a bit. And I'm going to take some of that orange again. Orange and lavender, or lavender or purple makes brown. Alright, so that's kind of a fish that's doing something like that. Now I'm going to take the white into this. And a little more white. I'm going to take some of that green. It's not the green, it's the peacock green, I guess. I'm going to go like that. About like that. Okay. Now this kind of goes into that. So it's sweeping. And the truth of the matter is, what I was doing over here is actually his head right there. He's going like that. How about that? Like I say, if you paint shapes and color patterns and rhythms, it may not make sense when you're doing it. But God help it will when you get it all in there. You'll see it. And I did not see that. Okay. Take this. This here will make a good neutralizer for brighter colors. It's all connected. Now, I'm going to take my little rag, because I want this brighter now than when I got it the first time. That right there, not much brighter. And I want that to be brighter too. And right there. So I'm just kind of taking off the gold, exposing the silver more. Well, it got a bit dark yesterday, so I stopped. Did a little bit there, but pushed the silver leaf down and added some silver leaf. I don't know whether it's on the last clips or not. I think it is, but if it's not, I've done that. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with it yet. I think I kind of like it. I'm going to work on this area. A little bit of, got some work to do here. And I think I'm going to close it down over here and figure this out. And then come back in and kind of play with it. Get it shaped up, refined. Not sure I'm going to do the signature thing. But I don't dislike the circle. Anyway. And sides are painted. It's pretty dry, I think. Yeah, it's a little tacky, but you can touch it. This works pretty good. When I don't have enough light and I zoom in, it's not as clear as when there is a lot of light in here, because the camera is compensating for darkness, and does a pretty good job with it, as a matter of fact. But there's a little bit of transparency going there, and that's kind of nice. I may fool with this a little bit, or still play with that. The lily pads need more work than anything. But I don't want to spend much more than today on this. Go on to another one, I think. It's Tuesday. The sun is out, so we should have a really good light today. And but it's cold, very cold. Oh, got a jacket on it, but it's not cold now. All right. And I'm going to work on that fish right there. I'm going to get that thing nailed down. It's kind of left in a funny way. So take a little bit of yellow, white, a little more white, and I'm going to modify color just slightly with the peacock, because it comes around. Kind of comes around like this, and it pops like this, comes down like that, and like that. And let's see if I can use this. I've got this color, I might as well use it, I think. Put right in there. Take it out if I need to, but the color is pretty good. And one goes out. Might be that the light is coming from that way. I think it is. Alright. Well, that was good. And since I've got that, there's a deal right here I can put in, and then the dorsal fin kind of goes like that, and just gonna put a little of this in here. I may take that out before it's over. And come back to my fish here. Take that green, or the peacock, I mean. Look at this. And I'm going to have to darken this down a bit through there. hitting the edge just a little bit. There's a lot of that right there. There's a little lily pad coming up. And then there's some light that goes this way. So what's kind of happening is that there's this dark movement going through here that ties up. Some of this will have to be made darker. And down through here, and then it'll all connect up. And I'm going to leave this for a little while, and I'm going to focus on this fish right here. Now I just have to figure out basically what to do with this. See what I get. Chuck, what are you doing? Now it's not working. Whatever it is. When something doesn't work. You take another approach. Well, this is the last session on this, and I know where I'm going to sign it. I'm going to do it right there. I don't know that there's much else that I'm going to do to it. You notice on this frame I have this blue tape color in there. Well, in the original series I was going to put colored tape inside to add it as a part. I was going to paint the inside, or in this case I used the colored tape, but I was going to use that to take a color, like for instance in this one I could use yellow, and I was going to circle it in yellow. I still may do that. It was the intent anyway. I'm not going to go any further with this painting. I've figured out I'm going to sign it there. I may do this and that to it, but I don't think there's going to be too much. I think we've come to an end with it. I'm ready to do another one. And the first thing I'm going to do is apply a base for the silver leaf. And I think I'll just take some of this white that's left over from yesterday and take a little blue, a little lavender, swish it in there, and take the rest of that. And yeah, okay. So I'm going to put it right about here. And I'll wipe off anything I'm not going to use. I'm going to take a little of this blue, I think. May not have enough of the medium. Let's see. I'll wipe off anything I don't want. This is real dry. I'm going to use the silver leaf. I'm just going to do it this way this time instead of messing around. That's so much easier. We learned that on the beginning of the last one. It's just such a better approach. There we go. Love it. Oops. I think I might like a bigger piece here. So, since I've got this purple paint, take it like that. We'll put it right here. Nice and big. Then I'm going to take this piece, daisy, and set it right on top. I want the texture as much as anything on this. Pile it in there. another way to be able to do this is to use the fast dry, put it on there, the white, put it on there, and then let it dry overnight, and then the next day leaf it, and it'll give you texture. And then let's just see, some of this was probably wet already. Might not have been dry completely from yesterday. I don't want to lose that mark. Okay, well, it's something big there. I wanted to kind of balance that madness behind my moves. I got a little something to do there. I think I will do it if I can. Take a minute or two. Darker. Maybe one thing here. I'm going to take this and perfect. And just do that to what I just did. That makes a better statement there. And I'm happy about that. All right, take a little bit of this. I just want to get that darker. There. Getting down to this little puppy. It's been on here for about 5-10 minutes. And I'm going to take the Provence Violet, because that's basically what this background is here. And I'm going to start to go through a little blue. All right. Can't remember which blue I used there, but it's probably one of these. Now I break the edge, the original edge of the silver. And I'm lightly hitting it, because I want a little glow on this if I can get it. I don't want it perfect, by the way. I just want it a little more blue now. I think that's just what I did. I used the blue. Yep, almost perfect. A little more blue. There we go. Let's see what we get now. Yep. Okay. An easy blend. It's got a little bit of gold in it too from this, but I'll put that in a minute. First I'll just get this spotted in. Alright, now I'll take that. It's a little lighter. Take a little of that. Yeah. Maybe it's that, I don't know. Oh, there you go. Close. Now since we've got that, I think I just may use the blue like this. Maybe come up this way a little bit. Alright, kind of puts it in. Alright, I kind of like that. I'm still using the ultramarine blue. Now remember, I wet this, so I'm not completely dry here, but I'm leaving a little glow around it. Alright, now I can take the blue and the lavender. Oops, well, that's kind of an interesting mark. I like that. Alright, back to what I'm doing. doing here? Get serious about this thing. The blue is really should be replaced, but no, make do, because I'm not going to use much of it. Alright, I rather like this blue. Come down this way. I'm just going to kind of break this up. I don't know if I like that. I do like that mark, though I have to say, I don't know if I can make another one that would make any sense. Possibly. Oh boy, does that change if I do that. That just really, but it connects up to this. Oh dear. Why do you do stuff like this, Chuck? I don't know. It's an interesting move. Let's just see if we can take it off of this. Like that. And let it sweep a bit. Be careful. Be careful. Well, it does somewhat relate to that. And I may just let that go, because it's right there. It's an original mark there. Well, I don't know if that's going to stay, but it might. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to let that marinate a bit. Now, there is a chance of something here. Take a little yellow. And there's a glow that happens, that would happen. So, I'm going to play that a bit. I'm going to take the green. I've got purple in this, so, but I want to keep this brush going, because I'm going to sign it with this brush. That's kind of what I wanted to do to the silver. Take the silver and I kind of like that from a distance. That was a good move up through there, and now I'm just going to figure out how to sign it. I think I'm going to use Prussian. I'm putting alizarin crimson in with it. It has a tendency to make it darker. I need to get a nice sharp edge on this, because of the way I do it. Got it down to a few marks which really does help. And I don't mind going into that so much, but I could do this again, I guess. Almost rather that be behind. Like that. Alright. Let's see if we can do this better. Alright. We'll take the full green. There. There you go, a little fracturing of it. Just adding white. Let's see. I don't need that. It was a very intense application. And I couldn't get it white enough, and that always means that you have to darken something. But sometimes it means adding texture. And then, get clever, take a little bit of the yellow, and intensify the yellow like that. Well, it may not look like like to say, make it darker. Alright. Do that. I think that's a wrap. It should be anyways. It should be locked up if I go back into it again. But I think that did something there. And I like this. This really worked. Although the painting has a lot of various textures and a little bit of glitz. And it was good to intensify that. So I am ready for the next one. I'm going to start to figure out what that is. It's going to be a different color tone than this one for sure. Anyways, that's that.